What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about how 2K knows exactly what they are doing. And I honestly believe this is probably one of the better starts financially on 2K's side. Now, as we do dive into this, know this game is broken. Watch my auction house video or the MT video because, again, people are getting so much MT and they're not being banned. That is something 2K needs to solve. But as far as their pack odds, as far as what they're exactly doing on this game, they know and they're doing, I bet, very good financially. They made this whole thing about, oh, well, the auction house is back and everybody's going to be able to, do what they want to do on the game. And it's not been that. It's not been that. These pack odds are horrible. It's so hard to make MT on the game. And it almost makes you forced to feel the need to buy packs and get into this reoccurring system of spending money on the game to keep up a good team. We're going to be breaking all of that down in this video as we do dive into it. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 130,000 subscribers. So let's start with this. The way collections work right now is every Tuesday, we'll start with the Tuesdays, you get a few diamonds, one pink diamond. You can lock in this set for a 95 plus overall hidden gems. These cards all right here are the reason 2K is doing well financially. This is the reason. Because some people feel the need to have always the best team in the game. And they like gambling. And so what they do is every Tuesday, they'll get all of these cards. Remember, the pack odds are horrible. These cards are insanely expensive. But they'll get all of these cards and lock them in for that 95 plus overall hidden gem. Same thing with this LeBron and Russell Westbrook set. It's one of the reasons that this set is so expensive. Same thing with the 90s set. All of these sets have these hidden gem packs. And again, people feel the need to get these cards and lock them in. It's again, not necessarily a great situation, but that is what people are feeling the need to do. Now with this, these sets are insanely expensive. For example, this NBA All-Star History set is probably, I don't know the exact number on it, probably like 1.2, 1.3 million coins. All for a random pink diamond hidden gem. Now, here's the situation. These cards, again, incredibly rare, incredibly random, but all of the big time ballers are locking them in. Where is the coins for these coming from? Well, they're coming from packs. Again, these pack odds are horrible. Obviously, you've got to have you have to spend an insane amount of money on this game to lock in these sets. And so that's the situation that is going on right now. You have bad pack odds, but the big ballers of the world are going to do whatever they want for these big name pink diamonds, and they're going to lock in the set for the hidden gems. So yeah, I mean, what about budget ballers? Let's talk about it. What about guys like me? Well, Tuesday's drops, non-existent. There are no budget cards that come out in Tuesday's drop. On Friday drop, you might get one good budget card, but outside of that, there's nothing really there. And even the rubies that they do drop, the Amis that they do drop, it feels darn near impossible for them to compete with the pink diamonds of the world. And you guys can say, Ty, no, it's not. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Here's the situation, guys. It feels almost impossible. I use a budget squad. And when I call it a budget squad, it's a relatively budget squad. And I even have Oladipo, John Long, Archie Clark. Not that they're that great, but I've got some good cards. But it feels almost impossible. And it is so annoying because these pink diamond cards are so overpowered. Gary Payton has 11 Hall of Famers. So overpowered. Scottie Pippen is overpowered. Karl Malone is so good. LeBron is the best card on the game. That's the big red flag in my opinion. It's that these pink diamonds day one are so overpowered. And so it kind of makes it this thing that yes, if you do have a team of all pink diamonds, you're at such a competitive advantage, a bigger competitive advantage than ever before. But the flip side of it is it's really rare to see a bunch of these pink diamonds because there's not a bunch of them out. And so it's just kind of this weird situation. Yes, 2K got rid of the player market. Yes, there is the auction house back. But it just kind of feels like the auction house right now isn't accessible. And when I say that, it's like cards are insanely expensive. Even the Amethyst budget cards are insanely expensive right now. Sharif is 35,000 coins. All of these cards are ridiculously expensive. And it's just kind of such a weird situation when you're looking at the game right now and trying to figure out, well, why is the game the way it is? Well, it's incredibly one-sided. 2K knows exactly what they're doing with the pack odds being so rough, and they know exactly what they're doing with the lack of budget options on this game. They want you to feel the need to buy packs. They want you to feel that need. And honestly, guys, they're doing a really good job of it. They're promoting the auction house being back in this way of, oh, it's going to save the game. But in reality, it's not. Now, I will say this. 2K is giving the community a lot of decent unsellable cards. Let's talk about it. Even they gave us a Stephon Marbury the other day, who is an okay start to your squad. Let's talk about it. If you guys have played the game a decent amount, you've gotten, and even Vince Carter was $10, but we won't include him. You've gotten some of these solid unsellable cards, who for their time were pretty decent in the game. But at this stage, 2K has to realize that time has came, that time has went. It is so tough to compete with some of these amethyst cards at this stage of the game. Again, it was fine for a while. These cards could go out there and compete for a while, but that time is over. That time, or that team that I just showed, if they come up against like a Russell Westbrook, a Wilt Chamberlain, a LeBron James, all of those types of cards, they're gonna get absolutely demolished, absolutely crushed. And so that's the big problem is, if you play this game, and even if you do have budget teams, you're going to run up against a really good team. You're probably going to lose, and then you're going to feel the need to possibly buy some packs afterwards. So, yes, I know that the auction house is back. I feel like cards are less accessible than they ever have been, to be honest. I do feel like early on in the game it was fine, but as time goes on, as these Series 1 cards become more and more outdated, it's just getting way more and more tougher, man. Or it's just getting way tougher. And this is coming from me. And I've grinded darn near everything there is to grind in the game. If you look at challenges, really pulled nothing out of these challenge packs. And so it's just a really, really, in my opinion, rough situation at hand right now. And so I don't know, what needs to change here. But again, 2K knows exactly what they are doing with this. Promoting the auction house so like the budget guys of the world, or even the guys that, do spend a lot of money, can get the cards they want if you spend a certain amount of money. But the way they're doing things with these pack odds being as bad as they've ever been is, you have to spend a ton of money on this game to have a good team. And the best team on this game compared to a budget team is maybe the biggest gap that we have ever seen in NBA 2K history. And so that's the tough part right now is, what side of it are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the side where you spend a bunch of money? Are you going to be on the side of you're a budget baller? I would really recommend being a budget baller right now with this game. Because if you do get in the habit of spending money on this game to have the best team on this game, you are going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on this game. You are. You're going to spend a ridiculous amount of money on this game. And for me, that's something I do not want to get in the habit of. That's something that I'm not okay with. And sure, you might be like, well, Ty, it's $100 every Friday. Take $100 times, let's say, 50 weeks of the year. Then come back to me. If $5,000 doesn't mean anything to you, by all means, do it. Do what you want with your money. But at the end of the day, you can't get in the habit of doing that. I'm going to try throughout this year to highlight some budget gems. It'll be way easier when 2K database is back implemented. But it is tough right now. It is really, really, really tough to have a team to try and compete with the best cards in the game with as one-sided as the game is right now. Especially with people now buying MT. Prices are going even higher, and it really does feel impossible to compete with the budget squad right now. So that's where we're at. I don't know what to necessarily make of it. I'm hoping the game improves steadily throughout. But right now, the game is just not in necessarily a great place. The rewards by playing the game aren't necessarily that great either. And again, it just feels like a stuck place right now for NBA 2K25. And honestly, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it because I do not want to have to spend money on packs each and every Friday to compete with some of these guys, especially when they're doing things illegally. Like, it doesn't take a rocket science. Again, watch my buying MT video, but so many people are buying MT illegally, and 2K's system isn't working. It's just gonna raise the price of everything, and guys like myself are just out of luck, I guess. That's gonna wrap it up for my video. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.